Picture a land where rivers don't just flow, they choose their destiny, splitting in two, one racing toward the Adriatic, the other toward the Black Sea. A land where daughters once became sons, bound by sacred vows that carried the weight of family honor for a lifetime. Where coffee isn't merely brewed, it's born from fire and sand, a ritual as ancient as the mountains themselves. This is no legend. This is Kosovo, raw, untamed, and stitched together with scars of war, whispers of tradition, and stories the world has never dared to tell. From blood oaths that defy centuries, to cities that rose from ashes, to secrets carved into stone and shadow, here are 12 mind-bending truths that will forever change the way you see the Balkans. Number 12. Europe's youngest country. Tucked away in southeastern Europe is a small but powerful symbol of resilience, Kosovo, often called the baby of Europe. Though it spans just 4,200 square miles, smaller than the U.S. state of Connecticut, Kosovo plays a huge role on the Balkan map. It shares borders with Serbia, Montenegro, Albania, and North Macedonia, making it a true crossroads of cultures and politics. Kosovo declared independence from Serbia in 2008, but full recognition remains elusive. While 111 out of 193 UN countries, including the United States, Germany, France, and the UK, recognize Kosovo, major powers like Russia, China, and Serbia itself still don't. But the people of Kosovo make their identity known loud and clear. Just look at their flag, one of only two in the world, alongside Cyprus, that boldly displays the country's own map. Kosovo is also home to 1.8 million people, and get this, over 60% are under the age of 30. It's a country full of young energy, fresh ideas, and hope for the future. Here, people often speak Albanian, Serbian, and English, but don't be surprised if you hear Turkish or German on the streets. It's a true blend of East and West. Number 11. The cheapest real estate in Europe. Dreaming of owning a home in Europe without breaking the bank? Then look no further than Kosovo, where real estate is not only affordable but shockingly cheap. In the capital city of Pristina, a modern two-bedroom apartment in the city center can cost as little as $25,000. That's around 1/5 of the average apartment price in cities like Lisbon, and about the same as a 2024 Ford Explorer. Compare that to Spain or Greece, where downtown properties can range from $300,000 to $500,000, and Kosovo suddenly becomes one of Europe's best-kept real estate secrets. But here's where it gets even better. The Kosovo government is planning to launch a 5-year residency program by the end of 2025. If you invest $100,000 or more in property, you'll qualify for tax exemptions, free healthcare, free education, and streamlined residency paperwork. Number 10. The vow of women who never marry. In the remote mountains of northern Kosovo and Albania, there exists a tradition so rare, so powerful, that it almost sounds like legend. Women who swear to remain unmarried for life, so they can live as men. They're known as sworn virgins, or Bernatia. Rooted in the ancient Kanun Code, a centuries-old set of patriarchal laws, this tradition was born out of necessity. In a world where only men could own land, represent the family, and make decisions, what happened when a family had no sons? There were two options: bring in a male outsider to take control, or have a daughter take a vow, a lifelong promise to live as a man. These women cut their hair short, wear men's clothes, change their names, and live by strict masculine roles. They smoke, drink, own weapons, and sit beside men in council and ceremony. And once the vow is taken, it can never be undone. But they're not seen as strange or outcasts. On the contrary, in their communities, they are respected as men of honor, able to inherit land, lead households, and make decisions for the family. Number 9. Where old cars become supercars. In Kosovo, you won't need a Ferrari to turn heads. All it takes is an old Mercedes-Benz. From May to September, wedding season transforms quiet towns into streets of celebration. Honking horns, music blaring, and lines of 1980s and 90s Mercedes-Benz cars proudly escorting brides and grooms home like royalty. To outsiders, they may look like faded, dusty relics. But in Kosovo, these cars are rolling legends. Why Mercedes? It's more than just a car. It's a symbol of survival. In the years after the war, a Mercedes wasn't just transportation. It was a family's greatest investment, a status symbol, a workhorse, and a legacy all in one. Tough, reliable, and repairable on the side of the road with basic tools, these cars became part of the family. According to the Kosovo Transportation Agency, 1 out of every 3 vehicles on the road today is an old Benz. Popular models include the W123, W124, and classic E-Class and S-Class sedans that once ruled the roads of Europe. Number 8. Kosovo women are looking for international men. They've been called the hidden gems of the Balkans, and not without reason. Kosovo's women are turning heads for more than just their beauty. Blending European and Middle Eastern features, they often have radiant skin, deep eyes, elegant high cheekbones, and flowing black hair. But looks are just the beginning. In bustling cities like Pristina or Prizren, Kosovo women walk with confidence and style, rocking modern fashion, body-hugging dresses, oversized sunglasses, and heels that click like they're strutting a Milan runway. Yet just outside the cities, you'll see another side. Women in flowing dresses and headscarves, reflecting the grace and humility of Balkan village life. Here's where it gets interesting. Kosovo has more women than men, especially in the cities. That's right. If you're a single man, you're in one of Europe's most underrated dating paradises. But don't be fooled. They're not just beautiful. They're smart, multilingual, and ambitious. Nearly 60% of young women are enrolled in or have graduated from university. Many speak 3 to 4 languages fluently, including Albanian, Serbian, English, German, and Turkish. That means whether you're from New York, Berlin, or Istanbul, chances are you'll connect without a language barrier. In recent years, international marriages have surged, especially with men from the US, Germany, and Turkey. Many Kosovo women are open to relationships with men from abroad, seeking not just love, but shared dreams and adventures. Number 7. The most unique bridal makeup ritual in Kosovo. In the southern mountains of Kosovo, a village called Donja Ljubinje holds on to a bridal tradition so rare and beautiful, it feels like a sacred ritual frozen in time. Here, brides don't just wear dresses on their big day. They become living works of art. Their faces are hand-painted with elaborate patterns, filled with deep symbolism. 3 gold circles represent a woman's past, present, and future. Red dots symbolize family unity. Blue marks speak of hope for a joyful, lasting home. During this 2-hour ceremony, the bride must sit completely still, eyes closed, lips sealed, as the painting unfolds. It's not just for beauty, it's a spiritual transition into her new life. But today, this tradition is fading. Only one woman remains who still knows how to paint these symbols, Aziza Shefki Taga, nearly 90 years old and a national treasure. This sacred ritual captured global attention in 2022 when Melissa Guerrero, an American bride of Mexican descent, traveled thousands of miles to Kosovo just to be married in Donja Ljubinje, following this exact custom. Number 6. A coffee culture that rivals Italy or France. Think the best coffee culture belongs to Italy or France? Think again. Kosovo might just give them a run for their money. Here, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a way of life, a ritual, a language of its own. With nearly 6,000 coffee shops serving a population of just 1.8 million, that's one cafe for every 300 people, making Kosovo one of the most caffeine-saturated countries in Europe. You'll find it all here. Cozy Balkan-style cafes with warm lighting and soft jazz. Chic, modern spots that could easily belong in New York or Berlin. outdoor terraces where people linger for hours, cup in hand, heart in conversation. And forget about your average espresso machine. Here, coffee is often brewed using a jezva, a small, long-handled copper pot placed over hot sand. The result? A thick, bold brew with an unforgettable flavor that could keep a newcomer awake for hours. But for locals, 4 or 5 cups a day is just the beginning. And while bars in Western cities usually come alive at night, in Kosovo, daytime bar culture is totally normal. Number 5. The ugliest capital in the world? At first glance, the label might sting. Pristina, the ugliest capital in the world. But dig deeper, and you'll find a city that's anything but ugly. This now infamous nickname traces back to a single building, the National Library of Kosovo, a bizarre structure with 99 domes wrapped in metal mesh sitting on top of raw concrete. To some, it looks like a beehive. To others, a crashed alien spaceship. When the travel website Virtual Tourist ranked it among the ugliest buildings on Earth, Pristina inherited the title it never asked for. But here's the truth. Pristina is young, alive, and full of contrasts. It's one of Europe's cheapest capitals, a magnet for startups and NGOs, with institutions like USAID and EU development offices setting up shop, alongside a new generation of innovators in blockchain, AI, and green energy. Local tech companies like Giraffa, sometimes called the Google of the Balkans, are making international waves. Sure, the public transport is still developing, but internet speeds are lightning fast, and free Wi-Fi is everywhere. And then there are the people. Warm, welcoming, genuine. In Kosovo, a handshake isn't just a greeting, it's a ceremony, a heartfelt exchange of peace, respect, and soul. Number 4. A country alive with festivals. Think Europe's most vibrant festivals only happen in Venice or Paris? Think again, because Kosovo knows how to throw a party. At the heart of the celebration is DokuFest, held every August in the ancient city of Prizren. It's the largest short film and documentary festival in the Balkans. And for 8 magical days, the entire city transforms into a giant open-air cinema. Picture this. You're sitting on centuries-old stone steps, sipping local wine, watching powerful films projected on castle walls under a blanket of stars. It's like Cannes, but raw, intimate, and dripping with history. But that's just the beginning. Every summer, the capital Pristina comes alive with the Sunny Hill Festival, founded by Kosovo's own global superstar, Dua Lipa. For 3 electrifying days, tens of thousands flood the city from across Europe, turning it into a mini Las Vegas, flashing lights, booming beats, and performances by top international artists. And then there's Ederlezi, also known as the St. George Festival, one of the oldest Romani and Balkan spring rituals. In every village, you'll find red and white flags waving, women weaving luck-bringing bracelets, and children dancing in colorful parades. The air is filled with smoke and spice from grilled lamb feasts, some spanning 300 feet long. Number 3. Europe's only two-hearted river. You don't need to open a textbook to witness a rare geographic phenomenon. Just travel to the mountains of Kosovo. There, you'll find something that baffles scientists and inspires poets. The Narodimka River, Europe's only bifurcated river, or as locals call it, the river with 2 hearts. One side journeys south through the Lepen River, eventually reaching the sun-drenched shores of the Aegean Sea. The other side slips north, merging into the Danube, crossing country after country until it finally empties into the Black Sea. Drop a leaf in this river, and who knows? It might end up on a Greek beach or in a quiet Romanian bay. Even though Kosovo is landlocked, this small river holds a powerful message. Nature doesn't obey borders, it finds a way to connect. Number 2. A foodie's paradise. Kosovo might not be the first country that comes to mind when you think of food. But for those who've tasted it, it's nothing short of a culinary revelation. Here, Balkan tradition dances with Turkish flair, Mediterranean freshness, and a touch of modern European fusion. Every dish tells a story of history, hospitality, and home. Start your morning like a local with a warm, flaky byrek, a thin golden pastry filled with cheese, spinach, or spiced minced lamb. One bite and you'll understand why they say, "A good byrek makes the whole day sweet." Pair it with a cup of strong black coffee, brewed Ottoman style over hot sand, and you've already tasted centuries of tradition before noon. But no dish wins hearts quite like flea, the crown jewel of Kosovo's kitchen. Baked layer by layer in a circular pan, this rich, savory pie is so beloved, locals joke, if you want to marry a Kosovo girl, learn to bake perfect flea. And when night falls, families gather around for tava e prizrenit, a sizzling lamb or veal stew bubbling in clay pots, its aroma wrapping around old Balkan tales and laughter like a warm blanket. Want something more adventurous? Try pulpe, slow-roasted meat, or indulge in kepapa, grilled sausages served with fresh bread and garlic sauce. Think of it as the Balkans' answer to the burger, but bolder, spicier, and made with pride. Number 1. The cost of living in Kosovo. In a world where $1 buys less every day, there's one place where your money still goes far. Kosovo, a country where you can live fully without breaking the bank. Start with rent. A one-bedroom apartment in central Pristina costs just $250 to $350 per month. Move to the suburbs or smaller towns like Peja or Jakova, and it drops to $150 to $200. Groceries? A full week of fresh vegetables, meat, bread, eggs, and essentials costs just $30 to $50. And a delicious local meal at a restaurant? You're looking at $4 to $6 total. Even coffee culture stays kind to your wallet. A strong espresso costs just 70 cents to $1. And yes, you can sip it for hours without being rushed. Getting around is easy too. City buses are under 50 cents, taxis start at 1.50, and a full month of transport can cost as little as $50. Utilities, including electricity, high-speed internet, water, and winter heating, average just $100 to $150 a month. So what does life in Kosovo really cost? Between $500 to $700 per month total, including rent, food, transport, and utilities. Compare that to New York, London, or Berlin, where rent alone can be 5 to 10 times more, and the math speaks for itself.